Welcome to our tutorial on creating a slide transition for a sidebar in Vue. We start with the template section, where we've added a basic button element. The button is assigned a click event listener that triggers the toggle sidebar method to show or hide the sidebar. We use Vue's transition component to wrap our sidebar. This allows us to define the classes that will be used for the enter and leave animations. The enter active class attribute is set to slide in and the leave active class is set to slide out. These directly correspond to the CSS classes that will control our animations. Inside the transition component, we have an aside element representing our sidebar, which is conditionally rendered with v-if. This Vue directive checks the state variable is_sidebar visible to determine whether to render the sidebar in the DOM. When the value is true, the sidebar will be visible. When false, it will disappear with a sliding transition. Moving to the script section, we define our component's state. Here, the data function returns an object with a single property, is_sidebar visible. Initially, it's set to false, so the sidebar remains hidden when the application first loads. We also define a toggle sidebar method in our methods object. This function simply toggles the is_sidebar visible state between true and false, triggering the sidebar to either slide in or slide out. Now, let's look at the style section, which is scoped to this component, preventing our styles from leaking to other parts of the application. We define our slide in keyframes here. The animation begins with the sidebar off-screen, at -100% on the x-axis, and finishes with the sidebar fully visible, at 0%. Similarly, the slide-out keyframes do the opposite. The sidebar starts fully visible and moves to -100% on the x-axis, effectively sliding off-screen. The slide-in class is then linked to the slide-in animation. We set the duration to 0.3 seconds, an ease-out timing function for a smoother effect, and the forwards fill mode to ensure the sidebar remains on-screen after the animation completes. The slide-out class similarly uses the slide-out animation with the same duration, timing function, and fill mode, ensuring it stays hidden after animating out of the viewport. Finally, we define the base styles for our sidebar. It is positioned fixed to allow it to overlay other content, and it's anchored to the top left corner of the screen. You can add additional styles like width and height to suit your design requirements. That's all for our slide transition example. Thanks for tuning in.